Hi Spirit Fam, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a September message for all of the Sagittariuses out in the collective. If you are coming back to my channel, welcome back. I want to thank you so much for being here, and I truly appreciate each and every single one of you. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a spiritual coach, and a sound healing practitioner. Sagittarius, I want to remind you that this is going to be a general reading. So that means that it is not going to resonate with every single Sagittarius out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. So without further ado, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and dive right into your September message. All right, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get your first oracle card to see what September is going to be like for you. Now, I want to point out that for a lot of the other signs, it has been really intense. A lot of good information has come through. And your first card is Future. Okay. This is interesting because I feel like the first message that I'm hearing for you here, Sagittarius, is that many of you are really trying to work on manifesting your future. Maybe some of you are really curious about what the future is going to look like for you. And maybe for others of you, you're more focused on your future than you are on your present moment. Okay. So we have Future, Create Sacred Space, and the Ruby Star Flow, which says, I embody my authentic and sensual essence. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to start at the heart of your reading here, Sagittarius, because I feel this is where the message is going to actually start to flow. Create a sacred space. I feel that this is really wanting you to understand that having a space that you can call your own, that is sacred and unique and authentic to you, that speaks to you energetically, is how you're going to be able to sort of envision, dream, and create your future. The reason they're wanting you to start with create a sacred space is because maybe you haven't really been 100% committed to a ritual or an actual spiritual practice on a daily basis. Maybe you start and then things just sort of fizzle out, right? So the flow sort of gets kinked or it gets stopped, and it isn't actually flowing as efficiently or as effectively as it should. Now, interestingly enough, the ruby star is a cosmic energy that ultimately sort of correlates with our sense of creation, birthing things into birthing things, right? Like actually creating things into our existence, and it comes from a place of safety, okay? What I find very interesting for you here, Sagittarius, is that if you are really focusing on wanting to build a future that is more enlightened than what it currently is, the way that you get there is by truly creating space for yourself now, in the present moment, to allow yourself to feel the energy flowing within you so that you can be passionately creative and create the things in your present that will ultimately become a part of your future. That's a really hard to try to, because I'm seeing it in my head, but trying to put words to it and describe it to you is something else entirely. So let me try to get you to see this a little bit more a little bit clearer, okay? In this picture, you have a person sitting inside of a pyramid with light coming up at the top, okay? Now, whenever I see this image, the one thing that this image often showcases to me is it reminds me of the image of what Metatron showed me in regards to how each individual has 3 stages of their evolution where their Merkabas sort of raise in their body as you become more enlightened, understanding that the Merkaba is the light body. It is the part of you that your spark or your sense of divinity lives within, right? And the whole thing about creating sacred space, it's a 32, so it reduces to a 5 here, Sagittarius, which means that there are some changes that you need to make either to your morning routine, to your day. There are changes that have to occur in order for you to allow this this ruby star to flow. And I feel that I feel like it's wanting to flow. This sense of creation or creativity is wanting to flow within you, but you keep kinking it up. You keep stopping it. And I don't know if it's because you're afraid of what it might look like. Maybe you're trying too hard to sort of compare yourself to where other people that you know are on their journey or on their path. See, the ruby star here really talks about embodying your authentic, sensual self. Understand that what is wanting to be birthed within you and come out from within you is entirely unique and authentic to just you. And understand that that is where your future lies. It lies deep within you, and you have to embody that. You have to be willing to allow that to flow within you and be connected to that essence of who you are. And that is how you're going to be able to sort of put the building blocks on your future. So let's go ahead and dig into the tarot here, because I want to see what comes up. Okay, Queen of Cups. So we're starting off with the Queen of Cups in reversed. Okay, so the Queen of Cups is all about it's her intuition. Like, I'm not going to lie. I feel like you're not really connected intuitively. I feel that you're more concerned here with your resources and your assets. So that means that I personally feel here, Sagittarius, that if you're wanting to have a more solid and stable future, right, then you need to not be concerned about your resources and your assets. You need to know that you're going to be supported. You need to be more connected to your intuition. And that's the whole reason why we have Create Sacred Space and the Ruby Star, because it's wanting you to really be connected to your inner guidance system. Your inner guidance system is ultimately what is going to lead you towards taking the path that will ultimately develop for you or unfold for you, okay? It's interesting because whenever I see a Queen of Cups, I know that the Queen of Cups is very deeply connected to not only your intuition, but her emotions. And Sagittarius, I just want to let you know that if you're not in touch with your emotions, if you're trying to hide your emotions or you're trying to deny your emotions to be what they are, then that isn't really going to help you in any way, because then you're not allowing yourself to be authentically you. Understanding that, you know, the Ruby Star is all about divine feminine energy. It's all about being so connected to our sense of creation that when we are being born, you have to think of it this way, okay? When a baby is in the womb, they are protected. They are divinely protected, right? And you have to sort of remember, you have to embody within yourself that you are the creator, that you can create anything that you desire, but it's a matter of you being truly connected to your divinity and trusting your instincts and validating your emotions. You have a lot of cups here, Sagittarius, which is really about relationships, of the relationship that you have with yourself, the relationship that you have with your emotions, the relationship that you have with your fears and the illusions, the relationship that you have with your higher self. Like, there is just so much going on here emotionally. And if you are feeling emotionally unstable or unbalanced here, Sagittarius, this is where they're wanting you to sort of take it step by step. The Knight of Cups here is proposing. It is offering to you. It is coming forward with an offer. And this offer is basically saying, trust us, trust your emotions, trust that your instincts, that your intuition is going to lead you in the direction that you ultimately need to go. And you know, you have to be in alignment with those emotions. Even to the point of expressing those emotions to others and celebrating with others, okay? I find it very interesting here that the Moon card showed up last, because the Moon is all about, it's all about the secrets, right? The things that we often try to hide from ourselves, that we ultimately don't want to view or that we don't want to look at. And the truth is that in order for you to truly see things and allow things to be truly authentic and genuinely you here, Sagittarius, you have to be open to all aspects of yourself. That includes your emotions. That includes your secrets and the illusions, right? That you often, hide from yourself. So I feel that it's important here for you to really get in touch with your intuition, really get in touch with your inner wisdom, because I feel that is ultimately what is going to help you to truly be able to create the future that you ultimately want. I feel that the other thing the Moon really shows you here is that it sort of shows you the hidden problems that lie deep within us that we often don't want to face, okay? And the thing is that the Moon represents our unconscious. And we have to be willing to be guided by the messages that we get from our unconscious. So what this is ultimately really saying for you here, Sagittarius, is that when you can set aside time to be consistent in your efforts by creating a sacred space that allows you to feel connected to your sense of divinity and be willing to sort of dive deep into how you feel about certain things that you've been running away from, and truly allow yourself to receive the messages from your unconscious, from your higher self, from your intuition, I feel that you'll be able to sort of let go and celebrate a little and experience the bliss and the joy that is already a part of your life, that is already a part of your future, what you've been trying to manifest. You're just not seeing it because your point of attraction is only on the things that you feel are not a part of your life, but you're not open to them. It's almost like being blinded by what's there. And, I've heard this somewhere, and it might have been from Metatron. I'm not quite sure. But he says, if it's not within your awareness, you aren't going to see it. So an example of this is, he says, let's say that You know, I remember this one time I had a vehicle that was like lime green, and we called this vehicle Sherbert. And in my entire life, ever since we had this car, I had never in my life seen a lime green car. But the moment that we got Sherbert, I started seeing lime green cars everywhere. And when I asked about that, that's when they told me, if it's not within your sight, within your awareness, you won't see it. It's like it doesn't exist. It isn't there. And you're not open to it because it's not within your point of attraction. It's not within your awareness. So Sagittarius, I'm sorry. I really feel that what you're really needing is to really focus on your present moment. You need to focus on the now. Don't worry about the future. The future is going to work itself out. It is going to balance itself out. What you really need to focus on this month is being connected to your source of divinity. That is ultimately what you are needing this month. So let's go ahead and get your final card for this month. Okay, you got two of them, so I'm going to take them because they fell out. So you got Truth and Master of My Life. Okay, this is very interesting. I'm going to share them both with you because there are no coincidences in life. Everything that happens happens for a reason. So your first card here is Truth. And this is a beautiful card. And it says, today, I discover my greatest truth is within me. It is a divine force that whispers from my inner self. I listen to this voice closely, putting aside my controlling mind. In this way, I find all the answers I am looking for. I am now in harmony with myself, and I welcome the love of God, which is the truth that will guide me towards my fullest, most shining radiance. I absolutely love this for you, Sagittarius, because this is ultimately stating this is about you connecting to your higher self, connecting to that inner aspect of you. Your next card is Master of My Life. This card says, I dedicate my strength to the divine within me, aligning myself with the true sovereign of my life. My ego steps aside as I listen to my inner voice and act in accordance with the truth I hear. In this way, I become the master of my life. I live in abiding humility, grace, and love for the glory of God. This too is another great message for you here, Sagittarius, because it also speaks about aligning yourself to the truth of who you are. It's all about creating that sacred space to align you to your greatest source of divinity. Sagittarius, this is your message this month. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys.